ties back to what I was talking about. The whole notion that like a lot of people are forced into submission, forced into silence on the internet because they only see this. And when a lot of my supposedly woke progressive friends did not want to turn around and say this kind of stuff is so stupid. Hassan's reputation now 400,000 views. Am I crazy? R-word TikToker try to ruin a viewer's life on stream. Hassan thinks he's a victim. Ian and Anissa. Hassan is delusional, right? Hassan crashed out on lawyer over the truth. Asmongold versus Hassan. Lawyer lays down the law on Hassan.
Hasan Piker and Destiny are beefing again. And Destiny is even calling for people to bully Hassan if they see him outside in the streets. Let's get into it.
Case. Obviously, this is utterly motionless nonsense. But the reason why I'm bringing it up is because he's straight up saying if Dan wants to do something useful and still be a Hassan hater, he should create a Track Hassan X account that posts his current location when he's out at protests. His location should be publicly available at all times while he's live streaming. This is him at his cult. This is this morning telling his co-host, his podcast co-host, Dan Stalkman, who has been trying to get me deplatformed and has worked alongside the ADL and things like that to actively get a bunch of pro-Palestinian people deplatformed on this platform for maintaining the now majority position, right? He's telling him, like, don't just stalk him the way that you've been stalking him. Stalk him better. Stalk him directly, okay?
Yeah, Destiny is disgusting for doing this. But I have to also state that this is the kind of thing that Hassan does as well.
And Burns, Hunter Avalon, Hutch, Destiny's own personal chef. Like, this is what happened. This is what took place. And Asmongold and Dan Saltman, whose addresses are all readily available in the same exact websites and platforms that they rely on, that their fan bases go to find my address.
So to be clear, I'm definitely not defending Destiny. I'm not saying he's right. I'm not a fan of him either. They're both disgusting to me. They're both nasty individuals that go way too far and are way into the extreme. Let's just say it like that. Destiny had all types of fouls leak on him. So I ain't gonna stand behind him in any way, shape, or form. But they both are just very demonic, and I wouldn't really rock with either. But Destiny's tripping. In this one scenario, I gotta just call a spade a spade. I just feel like I would have to give detail on Hassan doing the same if I'm gonna judge either or, you know what I mean? And I would do the same thing if Hassan did this recently to Destiny. I would be like, hey, remember when Destiny said this about Hassan? Equal opportunist when it comes to this roasting and calling people out. I don't think anyone has to go this far. It's a whole group of people outside of Destiny or Hassan, just a big group of just crazies within this world who think that you have to go to the extreme with anyone who disagrees with you. And that's not the case, bro. You can have different opinions. You can feel the type of way you feel, follow whatever political ideology you feel that you want to, but you don't have to hate, despise, and even call for blatant violence against anyone that you don't like. That's just messed up, bro. But whenever Hassan's involved, you know you're going to hear about things like that. He's also going at it with a bunch of Democrats. Someone was interviewing him about it.
Honestly, a lot of Democrats like to say, "Oh, this kind of violence, police brutality would never happen if a Democrat was elected," and that's obviously not the case. Considering that police violence never really stopped under the Democratic Party. I mean, people don't remember, but Black Lives Matter initially started at Ferguson, and that was under Barack Obama. And at the time, a lot of Democrats were not very fond of Black Lives Matter as a protest movement, as a street movement. And I want to believe that sentiment, that Democrats are going to be different, but unfortunately, they're not showing that right now. It's always too little, too late. It's always, oh, maybe ICE is fine, but we don't want to fund ICE in this current version of ICE. It's never abolish ICE. Now, some Democrats do say that, but there's obviously not enough momentum in the National Party. They're not listening to the demands of the population, just like they spent 2 years refusing to reckon with the crimes of genocide in Gaza.
You know, it's definitely one thing for certain. If Hassan's there, he's going to bring up false allegations. He's also going to go after Israel. I got you. You thought I was going to say that Israel. He does both. He's going to bring up Israel, Gaza. That's all he cares about. He has an addiction. This dude has to bring that up. You could be talking about what's your favorite cereal to eat. He gonna bring up Israel. He gonna work that into the conversation somehow, some way. That's his style. But from what I just heard, he really doesn't have any belief at all. Especially you sitting on here being a political streamer, bro. I personally don't believe in the government. I don't trust them for nothing. I also don't vote. Is what it is. But I'm not sitting here acting like I got all the answers. I'm not here condemning a bunch of politicians saying, you should go with me. Instead, listen to me. If I'm roasting, I'm roasting. If I'm calling something out, I am just calling something out. But that don't mean that I'm pretending to be some know-it-all, end-all, be-all, whatever I say goes when it comes to politics. Nah, not in any way, shape, or form. I just use logic. That's it. And once you use that, you know that both sides is grifting. But I'm just saying, you know what I mean? Just be honest about what your beliefs is. That's all I'm saying.
And even to this day, still have the audacity to bring that up as a gotcha when they say, "Oh, well, you should have voted for us," even in spite of the genocide. And as Ta-Nehisi Coates famously said, a party that doesn't care about genocide doesn't care about defending democracy either. And we're kind of seeing that right now because the theoretical democratic process in America is currently being undermined in broad daylight. I mean,
sister. That's okay. That's okay. Thank you for being here.
The current democratic process that we've had a lot of issues with it already, right? Historically, one could say we never had a true proletarian democracy, and I agree with that. But right now, we are very clearly moving in the direction of fascism. We're in the waters of fascism. And yet, Democrats are not presenting a strong opposition that they really have to if they want to preserve what remains of the theoretical democracy in America. They have to put a better fight. They have to put a stronger opposition up against the Republicans, and they're not doing it. So I want to believe that Democrats will be different, but they won't let me believe that Democrats are different. Because I can't help but notice their inaction.
Hassan be really acting like America is led by a dictator. Like we can't make no choices out here. We gotta wear the same outfits. Like we in this dystopian land where Trump come out and he's like, y'all all have to wear the color red. And we all have to do it. It's just is what it is. If the great one says so. That's not the case. This dude is tripping. Now, if you want me to get on my tell you had to look around real quick, tell you what was really going down in society, we'll do that a different time when I'm not so nervous and terrified. But it ain't what Hassan is presenting, bro. I know that America is a great place compared to a lot of other countries. That's just facts. And I've traveled. I've gone to certain places. I told you guys recently that I went to Japan, loved it, thought it was amazing, have not been able to stop talking about it since. But I really did enjoy it. I noticed the great things about it, and I noticed certain things I was like, damn, America has it good when it comes to this, right? America has its benefits. People like Hassan act like America has no benefits whatsoever, yet he'll come on here and jibber jabber about nothing and grift and then become a millionaire and be like, there's nothing good about America at all. It's horrible. It's just slums. You ever seen Slumdog Millionaire? That's what America looked like. He's describing it like it's the Bronx in the 90s. Shout outs to everybody from the Bronx, including myself, right? Bronx, New York. But America still is pretty free compared, right? Especially to the countries that he said he loves so much. Go move over there. Go move over there. Didn't you try to stream in China and then they shut your stream down? Go over there. Go wherever you'd say is so much better. Man, just get out of here. Flee the scene. Go live your life. I ain't holding you back. Be free. But people like Hassan, they turn the camera on and just grift. They say whatever the heck they think that their audience wants to hear for however long, 9 hours a day, and then turn the camera off and then go flex their money, make it rain in their house, go buy a mansion. This dude says he's a socialist. What the heck? I don't care how many street interviews you do. You still go back home to your mansion. These political ideologies be fake as heck. You should just be going for whatever is best for the people and whatever is best for you as well. Try to live your life to the greatest extent. But People like Hassan, they want you to believe their way is the true way. You gotta be a socialist, even though he don't have to be, though. This is crazy. It's like the Black Mirror episode all over again. But I know, I'm crazy, right? I'm crazy for calling it out. Apparently, Tectone had a court case. You know, he was beefing with Ms. Kiff. Ms. Kiff said he was going demon time recently over it. That's crazy. But apparently, while the court case is going on, Hasan Piker's name was mentioned. Tectone threw him in there. That's wild. Let's listen to what Hassan has to say about that.
Tectone admits in court he pivoted to shitting on Hassan and shilling right-wing content because he was accused of sexual assault. Lawyer replied, "We've been in deposition for over, 7-9 months, I think, and you've only spent 15 minutes searching for tweets." Tectone responded, and I quote, "Yes." He defended his rants by saying, "When a content creator in our space gets these accusations, they have to pivot content to stay relevant." Then he brought Hassan saying, like how when he shocked his dog. So apparently he did a right-wing pivot and he thought that, but Hassan bad would work in a court of law. Now, the reason why I laugh about this stuff is because like you cannot be that online, man. Like you can't literally, like this is the equivalent of something I joke about all the time. Like imagine someone does a murder, okay? And then they're being prosecuted and they turn to the judge and they go, "Well, Hassan shocked his dog, Your Honor. Why aren't you prosecuting him?" It's like, bro, are you stupid? Like,
if that's true, that's nuts. That is wild. What is going on here? That is pretty damn horrible. I gotta be 100% honest. But if I am being 100% honest, right? Hassan deserves to be called out. I don't care who's calling him out. He deserves to be called out. I'm gonna agree. Like, yep, he definitely did that nastiness. I'm also gonna call out the nasty of whoever is calling them out, right? If they are nasty, right? Unless they're making some improvements and realize what they've done and made growth, yada, yada, yada. I'll definitely will be calling them out if they didn't do that. I don't know if Hassan thinks that this like makes him super innocent. Like, see, look, you can't call me out anymore because I'm bad. That's what they keep saying. You are bad. There was no lie told there. What? Hassan messes up on such a frequent basis that I have endless amounts of material for my show, right? Check for me every day if you're able to. But I have endless amounts of content to roast and call out Hassan. You ain't no victim. Hassan always wants to be the victim. And poor me. They're bullying me, guys. Remember when I said all these like disgusting things and was doxing people and harassing and even endorsed for other people to do that? I'm still the victim, guys. That's Hassan, man.
Look at this dipshit's profile. You see it. You see that pivot very clearly. Okay. Somewhere along the line, he decides he's a right winger. And when he becomes a right winger, eating off of Asmongold's dick to the best of his ability, because he sees Asmongold really popping off with this kind of stuff. It's all clips out of context, consistently talking about me. Same exact thing that Asmongold does with like AI boosted thumbnails. Content cop Hassan and Ludwig, Ethan Klein lawsuit dropped and it's bad. Hassan lost his mind. I mean, he was eating good. Look, 359,000 views 6 months ago.
Hassan, you can't say anyone's on Asmon when you're like this #1 fan right now. You talk about Asmon all day, every day. And you're a political streamer, not a reaction commentary channel. Asmongold is Hasan Piker's obsession. He can't live without him, bro. I'm telling you, he got like a shrine in his closet like Helga G. Pataki from Hey Arnold. He's like, oh, my Asmon. Yo, imagine that, like made out of gum. This is all the gum that Asmon chewed over the years. I made a statue. I definitely could see this dude Hassan doing that, like without a doubt. But to even dare to say anyone else is on Asmon is crazy. That's your whole wave. That's the only reason why you still in the algorithm, buddy. Nobody like you for real, outside of your nasty, I guess you could say just weirdo supporters. And I don't usually go as supporters, but damn, you backing him? All the nasty, foul things he do, that's what you rocking with? You could get this criticism too. Hassan even starts to get mad at his friends for not defending him enough while he's going through the controversies.
This ties back to what I was talking about. The whole notion that like a lot of people are forced into submission, forced into silence on the internet because they only see this. And when a lot of my supposedly woke progressive friends did not want to turn around and say this kind of stuff is so stupid. Hassan's reputation is now 400,000 views. Am I crazy? R-word TikToker try to ruin a viewer's life on stream. Hassan thinks he's a victim. Ian and Anissa. Hassan is delusional, right? Hassan crashed out on lawyer over the truth. Asmongold versus Hassan. Lawyer lays down the law on Hassan. And then when he does like anime related shit, nobody cares. But that's how easy it is to be a right-wing moron on the internet. This is why I always say nobody grifts to the left, because grifting to the right is so easy. You don't have to know anything. You just have to look at like whatever large left content creator exists, or even someone that's like maybe somewhat quiet, but still has like a good conscience and will every now and then speak out on, issues, and just yell at them and say that they're woke, say that they're a woke terrorist that must be punished.
Hassan, this looks crazy, bro. Like, for real. And you over there with the sad voice. They just be talking about me. And they be grifting to the... No, that's you. You describing yourself. Hassan got this technique when he live stream where he has like a monitor to where he can see his own face. And then he says all these ridiculous things. And he acts like he's talking to somebody else or about someone else. He talking about himself. He is literally speaking about his damn self. That's you. I'm telling you, you can't trust this dude. He's always going to pretend to be the victim. Oh, everyone's going after me. Look at this channel, guys. And they all talk about me for no reason. No, there's a reason. You acting like you didn't do what you did to your dog. You acting like you haven't called for all types of nasty acts from your fans. Like, hey, it'd be a shame if this happened. You ain't slick. You're the exact opposite, actually. You're a big grifter. And it's obvious. Of course, people are going to call you out. You got to stop crying about commentary channels. Like, you're going to get called out. People are going to give their opinion. It just is what it is, bro. Got to be a big boy. Put on your big boy pants and just move on. You stream crying about people for 9 hours. God forbid someone calls you out for once.
A lot of weird haters. I'm going to do a tier list, I think, soon. I have like a very funny, woke, anti-woke tier list that I'm planning on doing on all my top haters.
He's going to make a cry list? Oh, no. I don't think I'm going to be on it, though. Hassan's all about the numbers, and I'm a smaller creator. For now, grinding new videos every day. But yeah, I don't think I'm going to make any kind of list. I'll be surprised. Why is he doing a list? I don't know. Maybe so his audience can target whoever he speaks about. I don't think it's going to make any difference. I got people crying in my comment sections on a regular basis that's Hassan fans. And then I got some awesome, amazing people that got brains that just be letting them know about themselves like, hey, Hassan's a loser. But Hassan's my favorite. You're a loser too. If you watch Hassan and you subscribe and you watch him for the purpose of him being a locale, a clown that you could just laugh at, it's like a dumpster fire, I'm not mad at you. The crazies that's supporting him, like for real, that want to follow him like he's a thought leader and think that he can save the world. You insane. You need help.
Look at the amount of videos he's made. Last time I brought him up was when we found out that he's a generational, that his dad was such a prolific rapist in the military that they wrote a bill around it. He's also regularly signal boosted by Yeet and that slop tubing freak More Pegasus. Yeah. All of those guys are all ruthless weirdos, like total weirdos.
See, now I know you tripping. You going at More Pegasus? He ain't do nothing wrong. He out here just putting out good content, entertaining his supporters. He's a really good person, bro. And I'm not just saying that because he gave me amazing advice when I first started YouTube. Nah, I'm not saying that. I ain't biased. I'm just judging based off the videos. He's doing good work. He's actually doing good research as well. And he got you all in your feelings because he's smoking your boots number-wise. That's why you're really mad. His daily videos be almost double to triple the amount of viewership that you get. In the views and numbers, that's kind of your thing. That's all you care about. So because you see someone roasting you that called you out on all your nastiness or your foul behavior, now you want to go after them and start alleging things, calling them out their names, treating them as if they're like not on your level. We know your level's in the dirt. That's where your level is muddy, filthy. That's
your mans. That's your dads you be hanging with. They got your pops on sex assault charges. I guess they were like, no, this is what was passed down, you know? This was what was passed down generationally to me, Tone. Anyway, now why am I talking about this? Because all of these fucking guys are some of the worst monstrous pieces of shit on the internet. And once they do that right-wing pivot, it's fucking over.
I'm just not even going to get into it. So,
That's so strange that so many of his friends are sexual deviants and consistently finding themselves in these sorts of issues. And all of a sudden, you got nothing to say. Oh, I'm just oblivious. Yeah, I don't know. If you see a bunch of slop tubers, a bunch of fucking people that are like, I'm just apolitical, I'm just common sense, I really fucking hate this one guy who's a socialist. Oh, he's the real enemy. You should know how evil he is. Just know what they're doing. Okay? They're doing this for a fucking reason. And some of them will even be liberals, like Destiny, also involved in his own personal court case where it came out that he was actually procuring child abuse material from a fucking minor that he kept in his hard drives.
What Destiny got to do with more Pegasus? I don't think they connected in any way, shape, or form. Did you just want to do that and like say their names close together to make it seem as if more Pegasus was doing something disgusting? No. You're the person that's disgusting. That's crazy, bro. I told you guys, man, there's a lot of these people like Hassan out here on the internet that just feel very comfortable doing that. And they do it because they punks, they soft, they crybabies, they mad because someone had an opinion on them. They feel like they're holier than thou, right? Like they're so much better than everyone that if you dare even mention their name, they have to go scorched earth and try to destroy you and slander you, bro. Hassan's going to get sued one of these days, man. And I'm going to be right here covering it. I'm going to be right here talking about it, roasting him. He going to get sued badly. One of these days it's going to happen. Somebody collecting evidence, they building it up. I'm telling you, that's my prediction. He like to make predictions. Let's see if mine is right.
Have a real political vision, whether good or bad. They just don't have anything, right? Like there are certain things that they believe, like, you know, maybe some socially learned opinions about like trans people or gay people or fucking, I don't know, like black people. Like they have some points of view, but they don't have a coherent political ideology. They don't have real political conviction.
That sounds crazy coming from a champagne socialist. Yo, I don't believe none of the stuff that he on here spewing like on a regular basis. He definitely doesn't. We know what Hassan's about. We knew what he was about when he was over there working for his uncle Chunky Yogurt. This dude will move wherever the wind goes or wherever he thinks he can have influence and power. And right now it's currently on the left, even though he's beefing with other people on the left.
All of this is basically a game to try to boost their algorithmic status to the best of their ability. And they realize that the best possible way to do that is by doing drama, covering politics from the perspective of drama. So instead of being like, here's why Hassan is wrong because, you know, I don't agree with what he's saying about Israel is great or whatever. Instead of that, they just go, Hassan is a terrorist, right? Hassan is getting deplatformed again. And a lot of people respond positively to that, unfortunately, because a lot of people also don't have that political education. Okay. They don't have that political education either. They don't have time to do the fucking reading. They don't have time to do the understanding. So they just go, give me some fucking easy to understand quick hits as to why I should not listen to this person at all.
Hassan describing himself again. That's crazy. When people disagree with you, Hassan, you call them PDFs, compare them to R. Kellys or EDPs. That's crazy, bro. He's sitting here describing that as if that's what his enemies do. No, that's you. Even if some of your enemies do it, you do it too. They probably learned it from you. Hassan is delusional, bro. This is like, it's wild. It's entertaining. I will say that. It's definitely one of the most entertaining things I've seen on the internet. This low cow. He was able to build up a base as if he was serious though, right? As if you should be able to take him seriously and follow what he says. That's what makes it even more entertaining. It's because he believes his own hype. Hassan don't know what he's talking about.
Slop tuber circles, you are now known to have anti-pedophilia AOE aura because all your ops are pedos. Yeah, I don't know what the fuck it is. That's why it hits every time I say, judge me by my enemies. In any case, they'll be like, Hassan is finished. Hassan is finished over and over again to like a smaller and smaller and smaller audience. And then inevitably, they'll get to, why is he not finished? Well, that's because he owns Twitch. Why is he not finished? Because he actually blackmails all of his friends. He must have blackmail on all of his friends. Also, we should make it harder for his friends to come out and defend him, or defend the truth rather. And then people fucking sit around and go, how did we get here? How did everyone get so right-wing? Well, this is part of the reason why, because no one wants to fucking stand up. That's it. That's it. And they have been very effective for like the last 3 to 4 years.
You see what I mean? Hassan got his audience to believe the hype, bro. No, all Hassan's ops are not PDFs. That sounds crazy. Everybody that disagree with him, everybody, we just gonna throw that out there? This is not a soul that disagrees with him that's not EDP. Come on, bro. Yeah, Hassan's grift has no limit, I'm telling you. He'll just come on, I'm the victim, feel bad for me. You all should be on my side. I'm the person that's on the left that's the leader. I run everything. That's how he wants content creation to be too as well. And if you don't do what he says, slander, let me try to go after you.
Deleting his tweets. By the way, one of your OG slop tuber ops, Turkey Tom, also caught a sexual assault allegation where he physically abused 2 of his exes and got exposed for having a diaper fetish leaked in DMs. This didn't even reach your radar because he's laying low. No, it didn't reach my radar because I have so many fucking ops that have done like sexual assault that I don't even know who the fuck this one is. But that's crazy. But yeah, a lot of these fucking commentary slop tubers that run a fairly tight knit circle have been sweeping for a lot of bad faith large content creators for quite a while now. Whether it be Asmongold or whether it be, you know, people like Destiny especially as well. Like they get their notes from Destiny and they basically plagiarize whatever they see on subreddits.
I don't know much about the Turkey Tom situation, if I'm just being honest. Let me know if y'all want to hear my opinion on it. I'll look into it. But I know that Hassan just described his orbiters, how they just sweeping for him and lying and making things up to try to defend him. I know Hassan definitely just described that perfectly. Yeah, it's like he has a mirror holding it up while he's live streaming and he just talks as if the mirror is not there. This dude is crazy, bro. People could give opinions on you. No, they're not plagiarizing if they read something off Reddit. Are you doing that when you read tweets? Shut up. Always want to be the victim, yo. This dude Hassan is weird, man. Let's talk about Pokimane. Apparently, she's going viral again for talking about capitalism. But first, let's take a look at this previous clip where she was talking about the rich so we could get a sense of Pokimane's mind state.
Do you think someday we'll have a revolution like that in America? Right? It's getting there, right?
We already have one.
Another one.
What's going on?
The wealth disparity is getting bad.
The wage gap, I hate that shit.
No, wealth disparity.
Wealth disparity.
Wage gap is like between men and women. Men and women, we love each other.
Facts.
And we hate the rich. Anyway. Too much.
Aren't you the rich?
No! Like the ultra rich, the ultra giga rich, the
You have to
unnecessarily rich.
clarify. They're gonna clip that and it's gonna make me look bad.
Oh,
You
the
gotta
ultra
say
giga rich.
the billionaires.
The billionaires.
you are rich.
The Bezos.
You can't be saying that.
I am. I'm rich in friendship.
Yes.
Yeah, she's delusional. Like, what? You're the rich? Ain't no way you saying stuff like that. Oh, you just trying to follow Hassan, right? He don't make no sense either. And she didn't stop. She kept going. Now let's talk about the more recent clip that everybody's talking about.
Unfortunately, we live in such a self-centered capitalistic society, and it sucks because it trains us to prioritize work and money above all else, even friendships, even being there for other people. And then again, it creates this culture where people are like, oh, I don't want to bother them. They're probably busy. Oh, I've heard so many people discuss this. In order to have a village, you need to be a villager. I think that's really true. Like, if you want people to be there for you when you need it, you got to be there for them when they need it. But it's also annoying to even have to like convince someone to be there for you so you can be there for them. It's like, it's a whole myriad of things.
The heck is Pokimane talking about? Capitalism is the reason why you became a millionaire. Didn't you just sell some cookies for like $30 a pop? Like, yo, there ain't no way. She rage baiting. She got to be rage baiting. She want people to get mad and get upset and then start going in just so her numbers could go up. Because ain't no way, fam. But she could just be this oblivious to the world and not aware what the heck she's saying. Maybe it's her audience. They're such like simps. They're not going to question anything she says. Like, wait a minute. That didn't make any sense. We just bought a bunch of cookies for $30. They're like, nah, yeah, millionaire who strived in capitalism. Even her friends have said it, like behind the scenes, how she's like a shark businesswoman. But yeah, no, we don't like capitalism. Okay, Pokimane is foolish, and you're even more foolish if you believe her in any way, shape, or form. Check out my previous video, guys. And I know a lot of people don't watch all the way to the end, but this is for the people that really rock with me. I just want to say thank you. The support that you guys have given me has pretty much gave me new energy into content creation and wanting to do videos every day for you guys. So check for me. I will be here every day to do videos as much as possible as I can. I appreciate the heck out of y'all. Thank you, Fang Gang. That's what I call my supporters. Y'all real ones, man. Real talk. I'm reading the comments too, so don't think I didn't see it. Even if I didn't get a chance to respond, I'm reading all the comments. So definitely keep those up.